Yo, that Connors, we gonna have to keep an eye on him.
NERDSoul.
Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bring you that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? We got geek, we got hip hop. We are gonna get it on with a very cool show, one that I've been enjoying, and it's getting mo hotter. Yeah, mo hotter. We're talking about Cloak Dagger. And in this episode, Funhouse Mirrors, there is a lot going on, but I did want to touch on Connors and O'Reilly first. I wanted to get that out of the way because their story kind of is going to dovetail. I like how all three of them are seeming to dovetail together. O'Reilly is definitely kicking up dirt, and she's in a very particular situation where you're starting to make waves when people were completely fine with the status quo. They were completely fine with like, look, we got the drugs on the low. There's not a lot of, not a lot of drug, or violence or gang violence because we're all controlling it for one thing and everybody's keeping it hush hush. And she's starting to dig around and poke around. And I love that inquisitive nature about her. I love the fact that she isn't just, going to kind of go along with everybody else just to get along with everybody else. And that she's actually doing detective work. Like she's actually trying to solve a crime, give justice or create fairness or something like that. Now, this is also going to put her in danger because Connors is very sly and very slickety. Because I love how he's so gently and with warm intentions and just a nice open detective heart opened himself up to, well, I'll help you look for this guy. I'll help you look for these criminals and CIs or whatever. I'll help you out. And I believe we're gonna have a nice chess game between O'Reilly and Connors because O'Reilly knows that he's already dirty. She might not know exactly what, but she heard about the drug thing from Tyrone. She's seen some off stuff about him as far as like closing that case and saying it's closed, don't ask no questions. So she's seen some weird, dirty cop stuff from him. And Connors knows that what she's doing is going to ultimately lead to him. So I love this chess match that at least I hope that we're gonna get, because we definitely got it in this episode with them just maneuvering around each other, knowing that each one is on the path of the other. And that whole, drug sting, I guess, or running up on the corner was very interesting as far as informing the character of O'Reilly and also of Connors, because Connors figured I can nip this in the bud right now. If I go and handle this, everything will be all good. But Connors didn't expect, an outside force like your boy Tyrone to grab that bag. And then setting it up later to go and, shoot old boy at the end was smart on his behalf because he had no other choice. He had to shoot old boy. And, he's kind of won again because he's found the drug guy, and O'Reilly gets to be a hero for saving his life. So he's probably doing this to hope that he can kind of wipe this one up. But I think that O'Reilly is a little smarter than that, and I don't think she's gonna give up. Hopefully she won't give up, but we got more investigations to get to. And that investigation, which I'm gonna lead right into, is Tyrone. Tyrone saw, of course, old boy talking to Connors. He knows something ain't right. You used to be my brother's friend, and he wants to kind of insert himself in to be part of this to kind of take down the cop. And the most important part of this whole part of, following the drug mule, the guy that's running the drugs, or taking the bag back to the dude that was his brother's friend, all of this, the most important part was that conversation that they had in the car about justice, about, that being only for white people, and that, from not from around where we from. And then also the conversation in the warehouse where he was talking about, you kill my brother every single day when you work with this guy. And you see the emotion that's still pent up in him, the righteousness that's still pent up in him. And you can see that he's just ready for a fight. And I like the fact that not only is he prepared for a fight and he's prepared for this, but now he has the abilities to be able to work in this arena. Of course, knowing people's fears and being able to kind of like teleport or cloak or whatever. So we see that teleportation when he's running from Connors. Connors is shooting at him and dude disappears. He kind of like jumps like 3 times and it's almost, you get this kind of like Nightcrawler kind of thing. And it was very cool. I really, love how they pulled that off. It was a cool way to just express him trying to figure out his powers, but also using his powers because of his emotional state. Also using his powers, the fear on the boy, because usually he just experienced and saw what they were fearful of. But when he touched old boy that had the drug bag and was trying to take it back, he actually used his fear against him. So seeing Tyrone grow up in his powers is amazing. Really love that. And I can't wait to see where he's going to be at like full power when he's able to manipulate it how he so chooses. Now there's some other stuff I want to get to. Tandy has her own investigation, and of course that we can't forget about the tarot reading, which is very important as well to inform on the story as a whole. And I hope we keep using that. But of course, first, KURO Brand is going to help us pay them bills. Oh yeah, check that link below. Hat, shirts, hoodies, all that jazz. And once you find something you like, of course, cop it. So let's talk about this tarot reading. I love having this supernatural side, this connection to another world, a deeper world, a world just behind the veil in this show, because we are bringing together, enhanced abilities from this liquid that's in the ground. We'll get to that with Mina. We're connecting the kind of like just terrestrial with just police, dirty cops, drugs, all that. And then, the other side, dealing with the Loa, dealing with voodoo. And I love that. I love that in this story. It's doing a very good job of weaving all of these worlds in together, because I am of the mind that all of this stuff is going on at once. And if, God was to peel back the veil for us, it would probably make most of us go crazy. But that's a whole nother thing. So dealing with these cards, pulling out these cards, and that conversation that she has with, can I think of her name right now? But she says, your boy or your boyfriend or whatever. And she's like, he's not mine or whatever. She's like, he's yours enough. And that's another thing. Let me touch on that. I'm so tired of people. They want to walk like a duck. They want to quack like a duck, but they don't want anybody to call them a duck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's your boy. You and him together. I know y'all together. You think I'm stupid? You think I got this old being dumb? That's how her aunt is looking at her. She's like, you think I don't know what you and that boy doing? So you think I want your age? You think I ain't never met no cute boy in my life or a handsome man or whatever? You think I ain't never, ever? Come on now. So for her to be like, he ain't mine. She like, he yours enough. And then she was like, this also ain't just about sex. This is about the power that I feel around him. And talking about the divine pairing, talking about the stories of all of the other like totems and different dolls that are on the baseboard or whatever. Or the mantle, sorry. All of those have their story, and they all have that story of the divine pairing and, something very great and something very bad and coming together, and that someone has to die. And before moving on, I just want to say that these two actresses crushed this scene. I really love how it was interwoven between these 3 separate investigations and helped tie them together. It's just another good part of the show, man. This show is, Freeform, I don't like the name of the channel. Freeform just doesn't roll off the tongue. But Freeform actually got some, they got some shows, man. And this is one of them that I think is very, very good. So Now we've got, we've dealt with the tarot readings, dealt with Tyrone, dealt with O'Reilly and Connor. Now let's talk about your girl Tandy, who has hopefully found an ally by the end of her story, but her just kind of taking that initiative to be like, yo, I'm your intern. Straight telling a lie, like, yeah, someone sent me here to be your intern. And then Mina actually accepting her. But them being connected by a preceding generation is a very interesting play on their relationship and how it might go from here on. Finding out that they are the daughters of these two, very intelligent genius men that, worked together and they were a team. And now they are, basically a team. And what is it that brought them together? Could it bring us together? Could it keep us together? Could it help us make Roxanne better? Or peel back the layers and expose Roxanne for what it is to hopefully make it better. And seeing them together the whole time with her learning from her, you could see her opening up more. You could see Tandy asking more questions. And I love when, I'm glad that this didn't last more than an episode because it shows how smart Mina is. I didn't want Mina to be one of those smart, dumb people. Mina was like, you know what? You're Tandy. And I love that. I love how they didn't drag it out. They didn't make her stupid. They didn't make it seem like she couldn't figure what was going on. But I also really enjoyed Stan. Stan is the perfect example of just corporate mediocrity, corporate greed, corporate just, apathy, I guess you could say. Because I believe in the premiere episode or the double episode or whatever, 1 and 2, I said, stuff like this even with the BP oil rig explosion, I'm pretty sure, 15, 20 years from now, we'll find out some lowly engineer probably told somebody, yo man, we need to do some maintenance, or this is wrong, or we need to fix this, or we need to retrofit that. And they probably told him, don't worry about it. It'll be okay. We'll do it in the next quarter. When we'll do it later. Don't worry about that. And just how they played Nathan, you know what I'm saying? They played him. He told them, the calculations or whatever. They screwed up. He was on the phone with them. They screwed up. Also, just like with Mina. Mina said, I told y'all to, drill on the page at, 1.25 or something. I don't know about coordinates. I'm just saying it for right now. So drill at 1.25. They gonna go drill at 1.22. You know what I'm saying? That ain't where I told you to drill. You know what I'm saying? He said, oh, it's just 10 feet. She said, it's 10 meters. Like this dude, it is one of those things where it's like, psh, so it's 10 feet. And that stuff, when you're dealing with science and you have an attitude like, psh, you know what I'm saying? That's a real problem because science isn't one of those things that you can just wing. Like if you're drawing and you're like, hey, this is a little distorted, you can play that off to your style and you can do something like that. Or if you're filming and there's a mistake, you can kind of play it off with maybe an edit trick or so. But when you're dealing with something as precise as science and biology and whatever, you can't really mess up because you can kill people. So do I believe in vandalism? No, but maybe his tire should have got slashed just a little bit. I don't know how you can slash a tire a little bit, but I'm not mad that Stan Man, that his tires were slashed. Dude need to be fired, but that's a whole nother thing. It seems dudes like that never get fired, right? Am I right? I feel like dudes like that be at the job 20, 30, 40 years, they get to retire while they firing you after 6 months or something. But let that slide. Neither here nor there. We're gonna leave Stan alone for now. I wanted to talk about the end where we got a chance to see Mina in a very vulnerable state with her father, see Tandy touch him to try to see his hopes, and seeing that he had locked himself behind maybe insecurity, maybe fear, maybe guilt or doubt. But her saying, I think I know someone who can help him is it's just very good to my soul to hear that, because now we might have a team. Mina, Tandy, and Tyrone, we might have a team. I don't know what we're gonna get. Tonight, we will find out. Of course, we are catching up. So guys, holla at me, I'm gonna holla at you. Down in them comments, let's talk some Cloak and Dagger. I cannot wait. I am super excited. And of course, I gotta see what happens tonight, man. So before I bounce, I'm gonna tell you to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right, check me out right there. All my videos from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.ThatNERDSoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt player. Don't forget to get one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that NERDSoul. That's right, there's no better way that I can show people that you like what you are watching. So, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please be good to yourselves. Please be good to each other. And remember, Stan Man is a horrible idea for a license plate if your name is Stan. Peace.